All right, we are here on a sunny Thursday because it's Alabama, so it's going to be nice today. Which means it's going to be nice and thundery tomorrow. Because we just can't have nothing. Okay, hey, we got a guest star. Come on in. Come on in. All right, we're recording. We're going to have somebody for my second block. Hey, that's a way to slam the door. Come on in. I need you to come around this way so you can be on the recording. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. Okay. What? I need a sign for a student. Okay. Okay. I got to find the name. Okay. No, wait. You got to introduce yourself. Come on. All right. And what's your name? Name is Tyler. Okay. All right. He's a student aide for somebody. And I got to find this kid. I know. There's tons of other people. That's okay. That's people. People don't think I teach anyway. So that's all right. They just, they just think I'm just, here to collect a check, and I just give out worksheets and things of that nature. And holy crap, it's going to be the last one. Well, are you serious? This If this is the kid I'm thinking about, they're not here anymore. Like, they're not at this school. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, this kid is cuffed and stuffed. They're somewhere else. But I guess they didn't have it signed. Oh, because it was done at this date. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, they're they're at a unique facility. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, all right. So so back to math. So FYI BT dubs. The heading of your notes is false. The heading of your notes is false. We are actually not going to solve. We are only going to set these up to solve because previously we have already solved. Okay, we've solved quadratics by factoring. All right, we're actually going to kind of break these down into quadratics and stuff. And remember, I'm really big about how do you get to the answer more than what is the answer. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing. I know some of y'all are like, what do you mean? Well, it's actually I'm trying to make your life easier. Okay, is that okay? Y'all want your life to be easier, or you want it to be harder? All right, Olivia says she wants life to be harder. So we actually have to solve all the way through. So if y'all are upset, y'all just shank her later in the hallway, okay? Just kidding. I don't condone violence. Actually, I do. All right, so here we have this problem. For those taking the ACT, you may see something like this later, okay? And I know some of y'all are going to do the smart thing that you're going to work backwards. You're going to plug it in, answer choices, okay? Or you might do a hybrid. All right. First thing you need to look at is look at the GCF. Look at something that you can take out of everything first, okay? What is one thing that all three of these terms have in common that you can take away? An X, okay? So if we factor out an X, then we would have an X squared, an X, and a 6 equals 0. Okay? Well, then we would actually cut this. We would have X. No, that was our multiplication thing. Remember how we would say, like, the opposite of the parentheses? We would say this equals 0, and we would say Now, we couldn't actually factor this right here. What tool do we have to use when we can't factor? Who remembers? Who say yeah, it's a formula. Yeah, who remember didn't I show y'all the whitest, the most Caucasian video on the internet where they go x equals negative b plus okay, nobody remembers stuff. Okay, then you're going to actually use the quadratic formula. Okay, where your a would be 1, your b would be 1, and c would be 6. Okay, so you could actually look at your answer choices on the ACT, look for one that had 0, and then you could actually find your other stuff from here. All right, this is actually what we're doing. We're not actually going to use the quadratic formula. This is all we're doing. Is that okay? I mean, y'all want it to be harder? No? Okay. Okay. Wow, we actually have more people interact that time. That's, huh? You had an energy drink this morning? There's a movie from the mid 2000s. I hate having to say that now, called Yes Man, where this guy actually has Red Bull. He's like, I had a Red Bull. Do you like Red Bull? I love Red Bull. He's like all hopped up on Red Bull. Yeah. It's like he can smell colors now. All right. Number one, what's something that we can take out of all of these? A Q. Bless you. If you got that, thank you. Yes, it's a parentheses. It's a fancy parentheses. It's for those fake TikTok accounts that's saying hi handsome to me on my. So now we could actually factor this on out more. Okay. All right. Who remembers this negative is going to tell us our signs are the same or different? Different. Okay. This tells us our bigger factor is negative. Yeah. Just a little review. Okay. Now, I hadn't decided exactly which ones like this I'm going to have on the pre-practice test and the test yet. I put some of this stuff in here to help those because we have a plethora of juniors in here. Okay. And what's coming up for your juniors? The ACT. Okay. And I know what's going to happen. They're like, you math teachers aren't doing your jobs because they're not passing the ACT. Well, my bad. Okay. All right. What are two numbers that when you multiply them, you get negative 30, but when you combine them, you get negative 1? Positive 5. Yeah. Good. Now, we're actually stopping right there because you could actually solve that. It'd be like 0, negative 5, positive 6. It's the opposite thing. Okay. What about number 2? Okay. Well, I know that y'all get upset now when, like, you write text a book to somebody and they reply with K, but back when texting first came out, you would actually get charged a 25 cents for every text that you sent, every text that you received. So imagine being charged a quarter for every time that you received the text K. Yeah. Or back before smartphones when you had to say, hey, call me back after 7 when it's free. All right. This tells us the signs are the same. This tells us they're both positive. What two numbers, when we multiply them, we get 9, but we add them, we get 6? Yeah. Let's go say, are those oranges or peaches on your drink? Is everybody good with number 2? Number 2. All right. This one, we're only going to do a certain amount to it, okay, because it's going to be another redundant thing. Can we factor this one as is? No. All right. So what do we need to do first? Yeah, we need to add 3y squared. Okay. All right. Now what could we take out of everything? Okay. A y. A y to the what? Okay. Anything else? Very good. This is actually where we're about to stop, because if y'all could get it to here, you could finish it up. Okay, I'm pretty sure y'all can figure out what are the factors, what numbers, when you multiply them, you get 1, but when you add them, you get 2. Good job. You're on the good noodle board. All right. So, what I'm thinking about, if it's a problem like this, I would say something like, um, get it to look like this, get it to look like this, something to that nature. Okay. Um, Probably wouldn't have as many like 1 and 2 on here, just because I don't that's not really what I want. Okay. I don't think those is much thought provoking. All right. I don't know if we necessarily covered this per se, but you've seen it before. You may need a good refresher considering that the ACT is in 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You know, if you don't do good in the ACT, they take you out in the middle of the roundabout and like publicly shun you. You're shunned. Look, I can tell you this. The highest I ever made on my ACT was a 24. I am a horrible standardized test taker. Horrible. Okay. Time limit stuff, terrible. Okay. But outside in the real world, it's actually, some people are like, wow, you're really, really smart. Sorry. I just, you can have books? Oh. All right. This is what I need y'all to do. We're going to factor by grouping. That means we're going to group these two, and we're going to group these two. Okay. Now, y'all have seen this before. Can y'all think of where y'all might have seen this before? Oh, I'm fixing to show you. When I'm going to show you, it's going to blow your mind. You better put on your helmets. I'm about to blow your mind. If you ever see factor by grouping, every time, it's the same thing as this. But it's the same thing. No, no, no. When you see four terms like this, you either factor by grouping or you do the box. Okay? Either way, you're going to find the GCFs. This one would be n squared, n squared. This -9, -9. N squared, -9. This is n plus 2. Oh, the boxes. So right here, they're related. They're like cousins of each other. They look similar, but they're not. So on this one, like I find the GCF like this, and then I, I factor it out. On the box, I find the GCF of each row and each column. So either way is fine, but like what I would want you to do, and there's actually a couple of different ways that you could solve this one, because n squared minus 9, you could actually add 9 and then take the square root. Um, that's some of the things that I actually want to put on the test. Like if you factored something like this using the box or factored by grouping, what could you do with this right here? More the what's the next step kind of thing, other than give me the answer. Okay, that's actually what I'm looking for. I have it in my head, I just haven't like nailed it down just yet. Okay, I know some of y'all are like, we kind of need you to do that. Yes, I know, I'm getting there. Okay, I was here early trying to get actually all this in there. I'm slowly getting there. It, my brain sometimes it goes so fast, it's hard to catch things. Okay. Meow. So same thing with like number 5, where you could set it up either way and take it from there. Okay. And 6. I put those 5 and 6 on there because I was like, wow, we're not going to have a lot of stuff. Go to 6 right quick because I did a lot of, I took up a lot of room for that. All right, I'm going to show both box and factor by grouping to appease the masses on both sides. I don't know how y'all with those long nails like Wolverine deal with like allergies and all that other stuff, man. I got the cube on 18x because I just accidentally wrote a cube. All right, this one would be 2x squared. Ooh, cookbook. Wait, is it? Wait, what class is it? Are y'all like cooking seafood? Oh, well, that's no fun. Marine science, you should be like cooking like fish and shrimp and stuff like that. All right, the only like this one we couldn't actually solve this one like the other one because it's we don't have a perfect square like we did earlier. Okay, that's why I gotta set these up. I gotta be very tactful when I'm setting them up. Hmm. So after you find these, if you decide to do the box, so these go together, like the verticals go together and the horizontals go together. And you can't write them like diagonally together because it's like Romeo and Juliet. They shouldn't be together. And if you do put them together, it's a tragic story. Ends in death. Well, what do you expect from a 16-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl when their parents they're like, no, you can't hang around these people. They're like, we'll show you. We'll run off and get married and die within 3 days. I think that's really the purpose of having people read that book. Of like, there might be a reason your parents are saying stay away from that person. But no, I love them. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never been me. All right, number 7. This is really what I wanted to kind of incorporate, and we actually hit on it first thing in our example. Okay, that let's see, x cubed. The cube root of that is x. So we're gonna put it here, here, and here. All right, who remembers what the cube root of 8 is? 2. If you don't remember what that is, that's okay. I was just going to see. Hey, that's all right. That's a good guess. I do have more calculators coming. As soon as my teacher's aide shows up today, she was actually sick for the past 2 days. Womp womp. All right. If we had to solve this is now what would we do? Well, one part would be easy. We would set up x plus 2 equal to 0. That would be an easy part. How could we solve this part? Are there factors of 4 that add up to negative 2? No. We'd have to use the quadratic formula. Okay. All right. And again, that's what I'm probably going to have you do on this section of the test, where you're not actually, like, I might have you factor some parts, and then the next thing is, what would be the next step to actually solve this? What would be your next step here? Okay, some more concept stuff, because you've already solved by factoring on these quadratics and stuff like this. And so I don't see the reason to actually redo it a lot. I do see the part of making you, like, refresh, but not actually retest on it. But I'll get that hammered out this afternoon during my planning, because I've already watched Halo this morning, so we're good. All right. Don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave a nice comment. Leave a nicer comment that's not as creepy as the people on TikTok. One of these bots on TikTok is going to say, "You're not a snack, you a whole buffet." If somebody does that, I'm like, I gotta stop. That's that's scary. Okay, good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.